family and I have been set out to explore this summer, and we've seen some amazing destinations. In part 1, we saw one of the coolest playgrounds in the Northeast near Doylestown Airport. In part 2, we explored the easy beach destination of Ocean City, New Jersey for some family fun. And in part 3, we traveled to view some history and hang out on the wharfs of Newport, Rhode Island. In this video, we'll embark on a journey with amazing sights, activities, and explore what Mother Nature has to offer. Stay tuned for part 4, Niagara Falls.
Welcome back, everyone, to the channel. Mike here with Pilot Reports. We're headed up to Niagara Falls on part 4 of this destination series, and gonna go check out one of the wonders of the world. You know, see what Niagara Falls has. I really appreciate all the comments, all the new subscribers on my YouTube channel. It's great to see constructive criticism, good feedback, and also that you guys are enjoying the content we're putting out. But again, we're headed to Niagara Falls, IFR flight plan level 8,000 feet, and gonna go check it out.
So the flight time from Sky Manor to Niagara Falls was around 1 hour and 50 minutes. During the flight, we encountered some turbulence, so I decided to report it.
So as the name of this channel says, I always like to give a pilot report should there be anything important, especially turbulence. My wife doesn't like any light chop. You know, if I could warn someone else so they can have that report and plan accordingly, might as well. Much appreciated by myself and other pilots. So if you can and you find the time or you're bored in the cockpit, definitely make a pilot report and help your other pilots out. Good morning, Buffalo Flight Service, November 6020 Echo broadcasting, receiving 122.2.
Aircraft calling Buffalo Radio, Sagan, the tail number Northwest.
That's 6020 Echo. I'd like to make a pilot report. We're at Bonanza 35 and destination's Kilo India Alpha Golf. We're IFR. We're about 16 miles to the southwest of Elmira, VOR level 8,000 feet.
Bonanza 20 Echo, thank you very much for that information. Just do be advised that Niagara Falls, runway 10 right, 28 left is closed. And you do have over your current position extending further easterly an airman here from Mount Obscuration. Details on those adverse conditions on the foot. Our ports are appreciated, and looks like the Elmira altimeter showing 2992. Go ahead with that.
Yeah, so about 20 miles south of Elmira, we had light to moderate turbulence between 6 and 7,000, and it's smooth above 7.
Bonanza 20 Echo, thank you so much for that pilot port. Additional pilot ports are always appreciated. And once again, Elmira altimeter 2992. Have a great rest of your day.
You too, thank you.
We continued our flight to Niagara Falls International Airport and landed on runway 24. This runway happens to end right at Calspan FBO, which was where we parked. The lineman ushered us in and brought our rental car from Enterprise right up to the plane. If landing at Niagara Falls Airport, you can coordinate the rental car agency to deliver the car to Calspan prior to your arrival. We loaded up the car, tied down the Bonanza, drove across Rainbow Bridge, and cleared customs to stay on the Canadian side. We first drove up and down the Niagara Parkway, which parallels the river and has great views for both the U.S. Falls and the Horseshoe Falls. We then headed to Behind the Falls tour, where you take an elevator down to explore the tunnels behind the Horseshoe Falls and out to different platforms next to it. In the tunnels, there are informational boards on different events that happened at the falls. Complimentary ponchos are given out, as you are guaranteed to get soaked. We then made our way to the Embassy Suites, checked in, and scoped out our view of both waterfalls. If booking a room, make sure you get a view of both falls. It is spectacular. After settling down in the hotel rooms, we got ready for dinner at Brasa, a Brazilian rodizio. The next morning we had 2 activities planned. First, we would go to the Whirlpool Aero car, a cable car that has been operating since 1916. This takes you across the lower Whirlpool section of the Niagara River, suspended over 200 feet in the air. The next stop was the Butterfly Conservatory. We spent hours just walking around looking at different colored butterflies. My daughter loved this and will not stop talking about it. There's literally thousands of butterflies flying all around. Later that night, we went to the famous Clifton Hill area where all the tourist trap attractions are. Mini golf had great theming, and the random eruptions of the volcano put off some serious heat. Most of the rides, games, and attractions were busy, and there really was something for everyone. We went into the Mirrored Funhouse to get lost for some time. On day 3, we ended up going to Bird Kingdom and had plans to fly back later that afternoon. I didn't know what to expect, but left a bit disappointed. The place was covered in bird droppings and not cleaned much at all. The theming was interesting, but it just felt more like a bird prison with all the activities indoors. I guess I was expecting more open-air exhibits and bird rescue recovery operations, and just not into the experience as much as others. At the end of the day, we packed up the plane and headed back to Sky Manor Airport.
And Tower 6020 Echo's ready to go 24.
November 6020 Echo Niagara Tower, hold short runway 24, waiting IFR release and coordination for the Falls tour.
Hold short 24, 6020 Echo, thank you.
November 6020 Echo, after departure fly runway heading, climb maintain 4000, clear for takeoff runway 24.
Runway heading up to 4000, clear for takeoff 24, 6020 Echo.
Overall, Niagara Falls was a great trip, and if you haven't been, you definitely need to go. The Canadian side is worth the hassle of going across the border. The New York side didn't have nearly as much to do and see, plus the views are 100 times better from Canada. The one tip I have, though, is to plan on spending much more at every turn. Parking at the hotel was outrageous at $70 a night, and even the lots a few blocks away were $50. This is on top of the premium price for the hotel and the $100+ a night resort fee tacked onto the hotel cost. Next time we make our way to the falls, we'll probably opt in for the public transportation system or Uber around to avoid some of these fees. We will definitely go back to Niagara in the future, but there's plenty more to explore in the US. Keep an eye out for our next video, and thanks for watching. I'm Mike, and this has been your Pilot Report.